Well, after putting some time in with this one for the last 3 days straight, after going through a few wearings with the decant ages ago, finally ready to give my full thoughts on the extremely hyped Mont Blanc Explorer. Stay tuned. So we'll go ahead and start off with taking a look at the presentation first. So as you see here, matte finish box, says name of the fragrance, fragrance information on the bottom. Same thing around the back, but nothing on the sides, nothing up top. Batch code information stamped in the side. Just a little bit of other fragrance information, barcode, stuff like that. Nothing special in the box. In regards to the bottle, this is a 60 milliliter 2-ounce bottle, not the 100 ml. The bottle is very nice on this one. So you do have the Mont Blanc logo etched into the shape of the cap, as well as an additional inner star that makes that, says the name of the fragrance, engraved going around. Has this nice kind of textured faux leather wrap with a Mont Blanc logo medallion on top. Again, this is recessed, and you do have that Mont Blanc starish type of logo engraved into it. Fragrance information etched in the glass going all the way around. They definitely did a great job on the fragrance itself. On the bottle and presentation, there you have the Mont Blanc Star Walker logo. Again, it does click into place. It does hold the bottle very well. And the atomizer is actually pretty nice. Let's talk about this scent. So a little quick story time. I do have a decant from back when this originally launched a very, very long time ago. My buddy Miguel Gomez, you see it's almost half of the decant. My buddy Miguel Gomez had got a bottle of this upon right around launch time a few years ago, and gave me a decant of it. And I wasn't really fond of the opening. The dry down seemed pretty nice, does have a little bit of an Aventus resemblance, but it kind of just, the opening was kind of off-putting for me. So I did give it 2, maybe 3 tries and just kind of put it to the side, never finished the decant, and kind of just went on about my business without Mont Blanc Explorer. Fast forward to about a week and a half ago, and I was on FragranceNet doing a little online shopping video. For those of you that haven't seen that video yet, put it right there for you to check out. And 30 bucks after the 35% off coupon code for a 60 ml. Figured, why not? Let's get a bottle, let's check a newer batch of it, and see if my thoughts and feelings have changed. Well, I did wear this on Friday, out the shower Friday, in the evening Saturday, and then here we are in the evening on Sunday, and I currently have it on right now as well. And I always make sure to spray somewhere on my forearm, especially when I'm doing some testing, so I can check as I see fit. So in the notes on this one, the note breakdown doesn't look like an Aventus type of fragrance. It doesn't. It's ambroxan, it's leather, clary sage, you have some bergamot, all these different things. It doesn't really look like an Aventus type of fragrance. When you spray it, it doesn't really smell much like Aventus. From the atomizer, you do get a little bit of that. It smells great out the atomizer. It smells great in the air when you spray it. And for a fragrance that doesn't have any black currant listed, I do get a little bit of black currant, which I'm attributing to the combination of the leather, the ambroxan, and that bitter bergamot, because there's a strong dose of bergamot up top with this one. The opening, it's still not for me. It's not bad. It's not super chemical and off-putting. I just don't really care for the way the opening smells. It's just, I got to get past the opening. The dry down, not so bad. My wife's exact words when she smelled it on me the other day was, ooh, it smells kind of piney and green, which I'm attributing to her picking up some clary sage. Off of my neck, she smelled my neck directly, and that was what she told me. My wife loves the way this one smells, especially in the dry down. I don't love it, I don't hate it. Like I said, ambroxan, there's plenty of it here. Bergamot, heavy dose. leather. I do get plenty of that vetiver, this woody type of smell. It's got a woody green type of freshness, which I'm sure that's the clary sage giving that greenness, but it doesn't just jump out at me as clary sage. But it does resemble Aventus a little bit in the dry down. I don't think I'll sit here and call this an Aventus clone through and through. I think they wanted to get on the bandwagon of Aventus types fragrances, but it definitely doesn't smell exactly like Aventus. But you can tell they were kind of going in the realm of it, but it kind of stands on its own. Does it stand on its own and do a great job? I don't really think so. Look, this is what I would consider a polarizing fragrance. I know there's a lot of people that love this fragrance. I know there's a lot of people that get a lot of compliments with this fragrance. And I have gotten a few. My wife, for example, loves the way it smells. I'm indifferent about it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just meh. For the 30 bucks I paid for it, I'm okay with it. I will wear it in the future. Is it going to be something that I'm going to reach for on a regular basis? No, because I don't think it's that great. Now, there's $20 cheapies I've picked up at the rack stores that I enjoy wearing this more than this. And they smell like other fragrances, as a lot of them do. And I will say this doesn't smell overly synthetic for being a cheap fragrance, especially one from Mont Blanc that they tend to get synthetic with some of their fragrances. I think it's good at what it does with being versatile, not overbearing and not too loud, and having a familiarity type of smell, but still kind of doing its own thing. I do think it's good at that. Is it one of my favorite fragrances? Not really. Is it something that I'm going to sit here and recommend you go blind buy? Not really. Let's go ahead and touch on performance. So, right in that average range, I've been getting about 5 hours on my skin. Nothing, I don't mind getting 5 hours, especially spending what I spent. I don't expect 8+ hours from the $30 price point. And when you do get that, that's a wonderful thing. It really is. But not some sort of beast. Projection, not so heavy either. Like I said, right around 5 hours. I haven't been spraying my clothes. This is just off of my skin and the way it's held and reacted on my skin specifically. Projection, arm's length at best for about an hour. And then it does sit pretty close to the skin. I don't know if it's just me and it's a weak performer overall from me and the way it reacts with my skin, or if a lot of you get similar type of performance. I would say right in that average range to slightly below average for longevity, and right in the average to below average range in projection. Not some beast, not some strong, captivating, grab you from across the room type of scent. But like I said before, what it does do well. I'm not going to sit here and knock it and say it's some terrible fragrance, because I don't think it's a terrible fragrance. I do, however, think it's a bit overhyped. Be upset with me if you'd like, because I know there's people that love this fragrance, and hey, there's fragrances I like that I'm sure there's a lot of you that don't like. It's all subjective. It is what it is. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not going to be the biggest advocate for this fragrance, but I'm not going to sit here and say there isn't a crowd for this. There absolutely is. I can see how a lot of people would enjoy this. As long as you're okay with a weaker performer, which I usually am, I find uses for fragrances that are in the 4 to 6 hour range. I don't have to have some super crazy 8 to 12 hour beast mode room filling fragrance every day of my life. So would I say it's blind buy worthy? No. Would I say it's a must try? No. Sample before you buy. If you can, sample before you buy, because if you just buy into hype, there's a possibility that you'll get disappointed when it shows up in the mail. So definitely, I urge you, sample this one first. Like I said, I don't love it. I don't hate it. Mont Blanc Explorer, in my personal opinion, it's meh. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on the famed and hype beast that is Mont Blanc Explorer. I'm sure some of you are unhappy with what I had to say. Some of you are going to completely agree with what I had to say. That's just the name of the game. That's all part of it. Not every fragrance is going to be for everyone, whereas this one, not necessarily for me. I will wear it in the future. Will I ever go through this 60 milliliters? Probably not. I can't see myself reaching for this one enough to ever go through this bottle. It'll spoil long before I go through it. I am glad to have it so I could bring this review to you guys and have a presentation to show you so I could really spend some time with it, because sometimes a decant can't tell you the full story because you're not always 100% sure how it was decanted. Was it with syringes and it never saw oxygen and stuff? there's an art to decanting, and I'm not saying Miguel didn't decant it correctly. I just don't know for certain, whereas this is from the factory, so I'm able to really do some testing and really run it through the grind and see if it's for me. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Love it, hate it, or are you like me and think it's okay at best. If I was blind smelling this one, this probably would have got a 5 or a 6, which is meh, right in that average range. Definitely not an above average scent to me. Right in that average, moderate, mediocre, meh, it's okay type of category. Performance rides right along with what I think about the scent. Average, meh, right in the middle to slightly below the middle. It's not bad, but it's not really good either in my opinion. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Mont Blanc Explorer and you give it a spray now, I don't know, you might end up thanking me later. And if you pass on it, you might end up thanking me later for that too. Have a good one, guys.